How long gone? Live from London. Them Jeans, Chris Black. We're here in an undisclosed room at the Standard London. Beautiful view.
Really good view.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view. We just got here today. I'm feeling oddly pretty good. The flight, I always forget the flight from New York is really short. It's less than 6 hours.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So I was able to stretch out, and I wanted to say that I did get. I'm 150 pages into the Shards by a friend of the show.
Are you really?
Bret Ellis. It's really good. Like, I really like it.
You know, I was going to. I bought it as well,
Yeah.
and it arrived from Amazon.co.uk the same day that I was taking off, wheels up to London, as it were, Heathrow and all of that. But I honestly, I didn't have room. I had to bring my Paris Review collection of short stories and poems.
Of course.
Other prose.
I know you've turned into a poetry guy, but you couldn't fit both. You had to choose one, and your fighter was already packed.
I don't like poetry. I didn't before, and after reading the Paris Review, I learned that I understand it now.
That's good.
I learned what poetry is now.
This is called growth.
I had a breakthrough. Okay, so I do want to get into that. So poetry is all about where you put the period and where the line break happens.
Yeah, it's because it's lyrical in nature. So I think that when you space it properly,
but it's so dorky though.
Yeah.
It's so like misdirection, cliffhanger. Like, I'm thinking about the line will be like, and tonight I will kill myself, and then on the next line it says, with kindness, period. And then whoever's writing that with their fucking quill, they're like, "Oh, I really fucking did that one."
Unfortunately,
there,
Jason.
And this is poetry that is good enough to be in the Paris Review.
I wish that
this is like for 8-year-olds.
I wish that.
No shit. Love you guys.
I wish that they were writing it with a quill. They're writing it with a 2014 MacBook Pro.
2014
in a coffee shop in Bushwick is the reality.
It has to be plugged in.
Yeah,
it doesn't start up.
If it doesn't plug in, it'll kind of die.
But that being said, sorry, and then we can move on. The first story, well, the best part about opening the Paris Review book. First of all, shout out to them for sending us the pack. A bunch of people who are like, "Hey, I subscribe to the Paris Review," and they've never sent me jack shit. And I was like, "Oh, if you just make fun of someone long enough, they send you a small cardboard box full of goods in hopes that you'll stop."
I think it's more of a bribe to continue.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
But I opened the first page, and Carolyn is like sitting next to me on the plane, and she's like, "Okay, what's going on here?" And the first page, it's an Hermes ad, and she's like, "I like reading now. Reading is good. Books are cool."
The Paris Review is a legacy publication who does have great advertising clients, obviously. Because, in the scheme of things, buying a full-page ad in the Paris Review for Hermes is great for optics and very affordable when it comes to the P&L.
Yeah.
So there's no loss
there. Win-win. And as a reader, like opening a book and seeing an advert in there, it's a little bit like, don't love that because I just spent, 20 quid on this.
Well, no,
also, if it's like a beautiful Hermes ad.
It's a magazine. It's just shaped like a book.
But there was the first story from authoress Abigail Sharp, uncontrollable, irrelevant. Gas, bro. I was like,
guys, hold on. This is kind of a moment in How Long Gone history. We've come so far on this podcast. Jason has been so his mind is open. He's talked to so many talented writers and editors and authors that he's cracked an issue of the Paris Review in public. He read something, he understood it, and now he's able to talk about it?
No. Here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
That's a simple-minded way approach it.
I'm sorry.
It's before I would always wrestle with the fact, like I'm always wrestling with questions like, am I actually a cool, chill, like emotionally healthy person, or am I just a master of repressing emotions?
Mm-hmm.
And as I get older, I'm like, I'm still good. Maybe I really am. Maybe I'm not, depressed and anxious or whatever. Maybe I really did do the work and it's good. And the same thing with books where it's just like, do I understand this, or do I just not like it? Do I not get it? Is something greater happening in this story? And as I've gotten older and read more, I've realized that most people's writing is just not good enough for me. It's boring. Nothing happens.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that there's
or it's like it's meant for dumb people.
No,
I need stuff that's meant for more genius level.
I don't think that
readers.
is it at all.
I don't want to admit it because it sounds presumptuous.
The only time you're a genius is when you're behind the 1200s. Let's get that straight off rip.
No,
I don't think
fellow authoress Nomi Fry has been quoted calling me low key a genius.
I mean, I think one of your friends could say that in jest online.
A professional writer and a genius in her own right.
I would classify...
And from one genius to another, that means a lot coming from me.
I would classify her closer to genius than you. I'm not sure yet if either of you...
Well, in lies the conundrum that I wrestle with daily, Chris.
So you're saying you wake up every day and you think to yourself...
Because it's like a classic or trash. There's no middle ground. Like,
no, so
I'm either a fucking idiot or low-key genius with it.
So you're saying that you wake up every day, you wipe the sleep out your eye, you kind of do a stretch, then you look out the window in Glendale, the dogs are barking, you're like, am I a genius or am I an idiot?
No, it's just like when you're at the gym and you're doing you move the weight onto and you're doing 25s and I could do this all day, whatever. But once you start putting,
we call that all day pace. But go ahead.
Yeah, and then you finally discover, I'll do 100-pound kettlebells or whatever. Now I'm feeling it, blah, blah, blah. Same kind of thing, but it took the Paris Review for my brain to finally click on and be stimulated.
I thought this is why people listen to Huberman, but I guess I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad it happened with a book, with a magazine, a literary journal for you.
Well, I like it because it is good writing, it's good stories, it's good everything, etc. But they'll also use modern slang.
Sure,
they'll use turned up and lit and
it's
whatever.
It's not actually my
different
friend
word of lit.
My friend Holly, who lives here, who's gonna be at the show. She wrote a great story about her boyfriend's ex-wife's plates being in their house, and how it was like this bitch made him plates. Like, what am I gonna like? What can I? Like, it's really, really good.
Like the plates were made, not purchased.
And she makes sure to make it clear that she's not a professional ceramicist.
Did she throw them?
No. It's.
I mean that in the ceramic sense, not in the destructive sense.
Yeah, she threw them, but it's a funny because she kind of details finding some of her other possessions around the house, and she makes sure to point out that she found a pair of her underwear and it was polyester. It's polyester in parentheses. I was like, Holly, you're a savage.
See, this is the stuff that lights my fire because I look at an essay that I'll write just for me, just for Daddy's eyes only. Well, I'm over here doing my morning pages. I'm just writing just to write. But I'm like, there's no place ever in the world where there's no home for this. There's no way I could turn this into money.
Well, I don't know.
And now I've found it's called the Paris Review. Finally, a publication that's good enough for me.
Okay, I see. I don't.
They crawled up to the level.
I don't know.
I'm at the top of the snow peak.
Yes.
Click clacking away on my MacBook. M1 chip only. M2 on the way. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Big chips on the way.
Wait on it, bitch.
Yeah, I don't have the touch bar because it doesn't work. It's not because I couldn't afford it.
Touch bar is for losers. That's like being on sync mode on your CDJ. Fucking kidding me.
I understand where you're coming from. And this is good because we were talking about
bottom line. Just let me have this for a minute.
I don't know. I'm loving this.
Okay.
And I to go back to the shards quickly. I wanted to talk about how Bret. There's no one that writes about driving in Los Angeles with more perfect detail than Bret. Like I can feel it. Like him talking about
just said, "Hold my beer."
His accounts of how he was getting to his house, on Mulholland from all of these locales all over LA, from the Valley to Studio City, it's just
all the minutia.
Yeah, and just talking about traffic, and he's in a convertible and how that feels. It just made me very homesick for LA. I was literally this makes me want to be back in LA more than seeing someone post a Haley
drive a convertible Porsche,
a Haley Bieber smoothie. It's just really the detail of it is so good.
Okay, well, I want to know if you do write 10 pages about these hyper specific details about what it means to drive in Los Angeles, does that mean anything to anyone else who does not know that experience themselves?
I think yes.
Some goofy bitch in Denver, are they going to understand this and appreciate it as much? Obviously no.
No, I think so, because I think, well, in this case, I think what he's doing is he's kind of...
I'm all about economy of words after I've read short stories in the Paris Review now. So the Shards, it's a thick book. It's a little wordy.
It is thick.
I like to cut it down a little bit.
Bret went hard on this, but no, it's like a I think that he's using it and driving, and also like there's a lot of particular like music things in the book that like really situate you in the time period, because it's supposed to be like someone his age in high school. So like. My point being, I think
and I'm head over heels.
Driving in the car and listening to music when you're in high school,
we got the beat,
is a pretty like universal experience. I think that's the point.
Except my ass was over here listening to Jimmy Eat World Clarity.
Yeah, no, that's not
trying to get my dick sucked at Disneyland.
I mean, it's not all cool. It's not all the Go-Go's and Blondie. There's some Foreigner mentioned in the book. But I think that the idea of like the freedom that driving gives you when you're 16 or 17, no matter what the roads are, is relatable.
Bro, any of the Nissan EVs, you want to talk about freedom? The Nissan Leaf went to Mars.
I know you do have to stop and charge it to get to Studio City. But
note to self: we do need to record another one of them on Thursday when we record the next episode.
Okay,
we're doing it.
Okay.
On the journey over here, I did get our lighters confiscated by TSA.
No, really?
Yeah.
Well, how many did you have?
A fucking brick, dog. I had like 100 of them.
You should have checked it.
I went on the website and it said you can't check more than 2 lighters.
I mean, I've checked it.
And then, so I did the due diligence. I did the research.
You're not supposed to do first of all, you never do due diligence or research, and this one time you do it and you're wrong.
No,
look, I'm going to take the L. It's fine.
TSA switched it up on me.
Did they give you shit for it, or did they just kind of
I had to like kind of tell Carolyn to stop giving the tood, because I don't like.
It's not worth it.
We could get pulled into secondary.
Jason knows all about
just because they
secondary.
want to.
Yeah.
Bro, on the way over here, the machine where you put your passport into the slider, and then the little camera thing takes a photo of you. I had to go through secondary.
Me too.
Customs line because I was too tall for the fucking photograph.
I think I got pulled to secondary because my photo
is ableist and sizist.
And my passport looks so much not like me at this point that it's not believable.
Did you have your new glasses on? Is that why?
No. I look normal. I just the other picture's so bad.
Okay.
And it's not that old, but it's old enough where I look like shit.
Bro, I don't want to talk about what my passport photo looks like.
I can't believe they took the lighters. I thought that was all kind of fake at this point, but I guess there's like 30 of them.
No,
it's a different.
I mean, all it is just like, does the shitty TSA guy feel like causing a stir?
Yeah.
Then that's it. It's over. If they feel like being a normal person, then they don't give a shit.
Thank God I didn't have my camera equipment.
Oh. God, I mean, this TSA guy, this fat motherfucker, he was waddling so slowly. Like, there's, where like they pull the luggage off, like it goes and like off to the side, and then they move like molasses, and it's just one person on this long. It's like
they got like 8 boxes ready to get checked. They're one at a time.
And the guy can't carry it, so he has to put it on a cart, like an AV cart you're just moving so slow. And you're like, "Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Do you know why my bag got pulled into secondary inspection?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "If you don't know, then I don't know what's going on here."
What are we doing here, Chief?
I'm like, "Is there something in the bag that caused the alarm to go off?" And he dead ass does this. He points at the screen and he says that. And it's an X-ray screen of my entire suitcase. He goes,
so
that.
He's not pointing at your fingernail clippers or your 4-ounce bottle of under eye cream. He's just pointing at the whole
It's a
thing.
27-inch LG monitor display of an X-ray image of my suitcase, as well as maybe 3 other people's.
It's a black and white image. It's not super crispy. It's not 4K.
These are the people who are in charge of protecting our nation's safety.
I kind of forget about how bad.
Luckily, my Xanax did get through no problem, so that's okay.
They don't. People are always like, you travel with pills? I'm like, yeah, dude. Who
pills,
cares?
they don't give a fuck about.
They don't give a shit about that. I don't think they give a shit about drugs in general. But people used to be like, oh yeah, I travel with Molly and Coke and shit to like Morocco. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, just put it under your balls. I'm like, I'm not. No. I make too much money to go to jail for some Molly.
Put it under the balls until you like get pulled off. Oh, that one's not working. You got to go into the full body scan one. And okay, now instead of going to Morocco, we're going.
I wonder if people.
I
just feel like people don't do that anymore. I feel like things must be more sophisticated. There must be better ways than we're not cutting people open and stuffing heroin inside them and sewing them back up and sending them.
No, I think people are just just DHL packaged to the hotel lobby.
Yeah, I mean, as a person who did FedEx drug deals for years, the fact that people don't just do that is crazy.
Billions of dollars worth of drugs move across DHL and FedEx every single day. That's just what it is.
That's how you get got though.
Yeah,
I think FedEx and UPS drivers are the ones who
they be knowing.
I've heard a tale of a 15,000 piece pill bottle getting nicked.
15,000 units.
15,000 units. And it's like it's the classic. Like, what are you gonna do?
Damn, this guy stole my flashbacks right now.
This guy stole my units. Illegal drugs. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. You're like, what are you gonna do? And then all you can hope for is that they touch one inside of the package, and then the fentanyl overdose happens just like that by touching.
Well, that's also how a lot of like sneakers and shit get stolen, because it just said, like, they know it's like, oh, the Union Jordans are coming out, and I'm delivering a pallet of them to the Union store on La Brea.
Wait, are you telling me there's UPS drivers who are sneakerheads?
No, it's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I love a good looking. There's a classic Soho good looking FedEx guy who, like, they would lace with gear, because it's like, he's the guy. So he's like an older, he wasn't like a street,
he's representing all this entire borough.
Yeah, he wasn't like a streetwear guy, but he would, like, during the winter, he'd be like, bro, you got the Supreme gloves and the beanie, and it like looked cool on him because he's just like a hot, like, 50-year-old guy who's the UPS
Everyone's like,
driver.
I see you, Johnny.
No, they're boys.
3 days later, body found dead in the subway. He got jacked for all his gear.
He's still there. It's fucked up. I've been back in New York.
Cockroach.
I've been back in New York for like a week. And for some reason, this trip, I've seen cockroach, like people that I used to see around the neighborhood 12 years ago, still there. Just fatter and uglier.
Got Warzone shirts on?
No, not even. It's
not
like
those types.
It's just like weird neighborhood people that
What do you expect them to do? Move somewhere else?
Well, I just haven't.
Like, why aren't you guys living in Hancock Park yet?
No, I just haven't seen them. I feel like I would have seen them for the last, you know what I mean? But for some reason, this trip, it was very concentrated.
They did a bid. They all got out.
Maybe that's, exactly.
Rutgers was a bitch during COVID.
I had to get out. Yeah, they a friend of them handed them a perk on trial, and they kind of had to go upstate.
Yeah, for some reason, perk 60 was trending on Twitter today. I think it must be from a song. Because perk 60s don't exist, but if you take 2 perk 30s, then it's a perk 60.
30 is I heard Joe Budden talking about perk 30s today. How
really?
It's like when
From
I
his
took
mouth to God's
when I
ears.
took perk 30s, nobody thought it was cool. They just called me a crackhead. Now all these guys take perk 30s and everybody thinks it's cool. I'm like, damn, Joe, we need some representation. That's true.
Well, I'll use the same logic that I use against my fiance all the time, which she hates. No such thing as bad dogs, only bad owners. No such thing as bad perks, just bad perk users.
But I do think perks have been. I think that they've been.
Joe Budden takes a perk, he probably starts fucking Sherman out like a crackhead. Playboy takes a perk. What happens? I'm gonna get my dick sucked and watch Rick and Morty. First
of all, perks don't lead to dick sucking. But I like where your head's at.
Have you ever done the perky dance?
What is the dance?
You know.
I don't know.
It's where you do Percocet in the club and you dance in so much a way that you may be considered to be acting a fool.
Oh. Okay. So it's a dance, but this feels like a dance that might not be exclusive to perkies. This could be a bunch of things, I feel like.
Tomato,
sure.
You know, it's up for debate as always.
Speaking of, now Jason has a kind of like a real DJ set coming up on Thursday night here in London with Louise Chen at Sweeties, and I'm just wondering if you're.
When you say a real DJ set,
I just mean you've either done like corporate money events or. That's it, actually. So I'm saying this is.
So the last time you saw me DJ was on a festival stage, and now this is a hotel bar, and this is the real one?
Yes.
You know how many hotels I've fucking DJ'd at?
You know 100% that I'm right, and maybe you're trying not to get.
Do you know how many times I've DJ'd at a standard
hotel? That's
hotel?
actually true. You've DJ'd at the the downtown LA Standard more times.
Dude,
than
the very first time
I care to think about
the downtown Standard Hotel when they would have rooftop parties.
The pool party.
This was the very, very first time I ever DJ'd there. I got kicked out.
I think I remember this
because
the story.
Yeah, I mean, I've told it before, but yeah, I got fucked up. I was like, oh, drink tickets. These are free drinks. And
so you're saying that your love of
smoke because you're outside.
Your love affair with drink tickets kind of started that long ago at a Standard property.
My love affair of drink tickets and my hatred for authority because
a twisted combo.
The GM every 5 minutes would come over. Oh, babe, you're killing me. We got to bring the volume down. The neighbors are. We can't. It's kind of like a lounge.
It's downtown LA. The neighbors are office buildings without people in them.
I was playing like 69 Boys on 11, just the nastiest. I was, and the more they told me to turn it down, the more.
Of course, you would.
The more offensive music
bristle.
I would play.
Yes,
and then the guy was just like, "Bud, I'm sorry, we're pulling you. You got to head out." And that was it.
You're saying that you were DJing, you were twisted, you played music so bad that you were asked to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, not like, oh, hey, like Mia is going to come on after you and take over. It was just like 2 security guards, like, we're heading down the elevator, like, we got to get you out of here kind of vibe.
Wow.
Young TJ was cool.
I don't know if that's cool or not. That seems pretty unprofessional.
I'm in the elevator, dick out, pissing on the walls. What are you going to do, bitch?
No, but so this DJ set on Thursday, I feel like this
is anyways, back to the actual real life.
I feel like this is something that you've probably had to prepare for a little bit more than a festival set, to be honest.
I've never DJ'd in London. A dream come true of mine.
I know. You have such a respect for the culture, the musical history, the people, the birds. So I mean, is there a vibe you're feeling? Are you feeling inspired particularly?
Well, the problem is, since I stopped DJing, my old laptop where all my DJ music was on doesn't turn on no more.
Okay, so you're like a poet.
So I'm gonna
your black MacBook, the best MacBook ever made.
The last time you saw me DJ, where I played, 61 songs. You about to hear them 61 songs again.
So you're saying you didn't add any new music from some of your listservs?
I added a few. I'm gonna play for a couple hours. Louis' channel play for a couple hours. We'll figure out what the vibe is. It'll probably be some kind of, dancey stuff, a little mellow, low key, groovy, a little disco-y, a little housey, and then as the night progresses, get a little drunker, maybe a little Pulp Disco 2000 kind of energy there. Whatever happens, maybe we'll dip into some rap music. Who even knows? Maybe just a wee bit of garage.
No.
A wee bit of grime.
Bro. Mm-hmm. So it's funny you say that. I'm looking forward to this. This is Thursday night at Sweetie's here in the hotel, but I went to the gym after I got off the plane. I took a little nap and I went to the gym and I was going to do just a kind of like a mellow steady state
moving
uphill walk, 15-3 30-minute thing.
Same thing that you make fun of me for being a pussy for doing maybe a month ago.
Well, I haven't slept, so it was I was trying to take it light. I did my pre-pump. I did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats. Then I'm going to get on the treadmill.
When you do 100 squats, this is just body weight only.
Yeah, just body weight.
How far down are we going, sweetie?
I mean, I would say...
Is that white little taint touching the floor?
The taint ain't touching the floor unless I got big plates on my back because it helps me get lower, to be honest.
I hold a kettle in the goblet position.
Yeah,
pause.
Yeah. I would. They have kettles downstairs, actually. Not heavy enough, but it's still there.
Are there cable machines?
There's a cable machine that's very versatile.
That's all I need right now.
So there's 2 treadmills, 2 of the techno gym, like the crazy fucking treadmills. Point is that the incline's not working. So the incline doesn't work. I unplug them. I restart like a good Apple user.
You unplug the treadmill and restart it?
Hell yeah, bro. I unplug both treadmills. I'm like, oh, that's weird, whatever. But there's 2 Pelotons. I'm like...
You dumped the SMAC. You did the full NVIDIA reset. Control Apple.
I held down both buttons at the same time. So I look over at the Pelotons. Forgotten exercise equipment. They're dusty. They're kind of like in the shadows. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this.
Old Aston Martin,
exactly,
in the driveway.
I take the plastic cover off off the Peloton. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to use the Peloton.
A family of birds scuttle out of the nest.
I'm like, I go through and select. You get to pick like, all right, music style, this, that, time. I pick all the stuff, and one comes up, and it's like, a grime, a UK rap ride. I'm like, perfect. This will get me in the zone.
Banging.
I click on it, bro. This guy
put a dunk on it.
Cody comes on from Philadelphia. Cody from Philadelphia in a sleeveless shirt comes. He's like, all right, this song is Heady One featuring Slot, and it's just
I can't listen to UK grime or drill from a guy named Cody.
It was amazing because Cody,
a cousin named Cody, nice guy. No
Cody
offense.
is literally reading the notes on every artist from like an iPad that's hidden on the thing where he's like,
as if your mom was reading it for the first time.
He's like, you probably heard of Stormzy. He's one of the biggest artists from this movement in the UK. I remember the first time I came to London with my friend, we went into a coffee shop. They were playing Stormzy. I was like, yeah. That's literally what this guy's saying. He's got like the backwards mesh hat on, and he's like, then he reveals he's from Pennsylvania, and I'm too far. I'm halfway into the ride. I'm like, I don't even care about this. I just need to get a little sweat so I can sleep well tonight. But I was like, this is my nightmare. This is the worst possible.
I'm offended on behalf of you, and I'm American. Imagine if you're a proper English person and that you pull that up. I'd be chucking the pelly out the window, eh?
It was funny too, because
I did notice. Quick side note: you can call the concierge here at the Standard Hotel London, and they'll bring a Peloton up to your room to pelly in the room.
That is a nice feature. If only it was a treadmill. I think they've recalibrated after the child died, so I think they're good to go. But I do like
so
that.
like any other home, you can use the Peloton to put your clothes, your pants, whatever bags you have.
You're like,
on
yeah, this is Chris. There's not like a chair here to throw my pants on like I do at home. Could you bring a Peloton up? Because I kind of need a storage.
Yeah, can you bring up some more hangers? Oh, you're all out. Just bring a Peloton.
Oh, no hangers in the entire building? Fuck it. Bring me the Peloton. It's all good. Honestly, that's a very cool idea. And this room, it could be done. Like, it's not that crazy.
Oh, in this wonderful Standard Hotel King of Kings room, I see clearance for 7-8 Pelotons in here. I could teach half a class.
I could teach half a class. What a downfall. But I did do it, and I did feel fine afterwards. But I just don't. I guess what I'm saying is I don't want Sweeties to turn into kind of a TJ version of that. So let's be careful with our selections.
Understood. So white people music only? Is that what we're saying?
Well, no, you can play the streets.
So you're saying don't be aware of who I am, where
I just don't
from.
know.
I'm a Cody coming in.
I don't know how well TJ Cody is going to do with his Dizzy Rascal mixtape cuts in the. I don't know how well it's going to go.
I don't either. Of course, as a professional DJ, you have to go in and survey the room, crowd.
Of course.
It is 2023, and it is going to be a room full of people who enjoy podcasts. So it's not necessarily going to be like, the most proper banging British club kind of energy.
No, I agree.
I'm not going to be doing a lot of wheel up and back
in its prime.
It's not going to be. I'm not going to do my wicked jump up drum and bass.
I think maybe you should do some of the.
I'm going to play some jungle.
No, but do you have any BBC drops or do you have any fun drops?
No, but I mean, I'm a professional audio engineer, so I'll record. I'll just ring Annie Mac.
Them jeans. Hottest record in the world.
I'm gonna DM Zane Lowe. I have the Zane Lowe explosion from when I edited his episode. You're listening to them jeans.
I like that. I mean, unfortunately, Tim Westwood glass breaking is no longer usable, but that's one of my favorites.
That was a good one.
The glass breaking is so good.
The Westwood glass break, the Zane bomb, and the Flex bomb.
Oh, the Flex bomb is.
The Flex bomb sounded so much shittier, but so much better.
The one or two times.
The throw up versus a piece.
The one or two times in my life where I've been in like a cab. And Hot 97 is on, and he really does bring the song back 8 times, and it's just bombs over it. It's so funny. It's so good.
I'm in the Kia, going down Bowery, titties out. I'm in the sunroof, titties out, Flex bomb.
It's like and it's also like a bad. It's like a. It's never a. It's like, oh, new Styles P. I'm like, oh, great, bro. But it's so fun when he brings it back and drops the bomb that it kind of doesn't matter that it's.
He's dropping the bomb on like Jim Jones' cousin has a new 10-inch
Vamp Life white label coming out. Yeah, I saw the I did
also Ice Spice artwork. Beautiful.
Yeah, really good.
Very well done.
Really good. I was pretty bummed. I didn't go to the Drake thing at the Apollo, and I just didn't. You know what it was, Jason?
You were outside filming all the people exiting, though, right?
I was there. You probably saw me.
Cop Chris.
I was wearing like a blue shirt, and I had a phone on a gimbal. But it was just for my TikTok. I don't know why everybody got so mad.
I had my thin blue line turtle on, Brunello.
But I didn't. Jeff Hendrickson was like, "Are you going to
thin blue line? You had me at thin.
Are you going to go to the Apollo?" And I was like, I just don't want to ask. I feel like I'm sure it would be fine. It wouldn't be a big deal, but I just didn't want to be.
You don't want to be the 9,000th.
I didn't want to be the 9,000th guy. I'm sure Oliver would have taken care of me, but I was just like, I'm not going to do it. Jeff got one ticket. I don't know where he got it. He went alone, and he's like,
it's not sweet for him to go.
He's like,
alone.
bro, honestly, he did all the old. He did like bangers, like
he did 40 songs.
But it started out. The set was like his bedroom, so he's playing. I mean, he did Marvin's Room. The motherfucker did Marvin's Room, bro, and I missed it, and I was just right downtown.
Well, it was actually Matty Healy's room because he bit the 1975 stage production for his little gay-ass Marvin's Room song.
That's fire. That's fire.
Real talk.
I mean, he did. I don't.
But we'll get into biting later when we cover the Louis Vuitton stand-up comedian show that...
we can get into that. We can get into that right now because somebody came at me, some guy that's like an intern for Kid Super was like, I remember when you used to be relevant. And I'm like, bro...
Bro, what the fuck is Kid Super? Is that like kids' toys?
Having Andrew Schultz and Jeff Ross in a fashion show, that's across the board not cool. That ain't just me that thinks that, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is not cool, but obviously Susan Alexandra had the idea for a fashion comedy show how many months ago?
I want to say this.
2 months ago?
I don't usually do this because I think nothing is original and everybody's like everybody thinks that everybody's ripping them off all the time, and I think it's just corny. But in this instance, Susan had her fashion show at the Comedy Cellar in New York City, and it was comedians wearing her collection on stage.
Performing stand-up.
Yes. This, I believe, was the exact same thing, but with a lot more money behind it. And in Paris, obviously, so there's a lot of eyeballs. But Kid Super, I don't know anything about him. It's not my thing, but he was...
I just assumed it was like a toy company.
No, he did Louis Vuitton. I mean, he's the guest designer.
Well, he's a toy.
Some consider him a toy, yes.
Damn, I mean, I was talking to Carolyn about this, my fiance, who is in the fashion world, and I was just like, it's such a shame that you have this brand, Louis Vuitton, and like Virgil did so much to like turn it into this whole other thing, and then Kid Super takes over.
I think they're paralyzed. I think that, I don't know, there's been so many rumors about who's going to take over. Everybody wants it to be, Martine Rose. And I'm starting to think that whoever they ask said no. I'm starting to think that like the pressure of that.
They had to run down the big shoes to fill.
And I think Kid Super, I honestly, I've heard of him for years. He's been beasting the underground. I'm not going to deny him that.
But what does he do?
He makes clothes.
Okay.
It's bad clothes, but he's been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
I think it was a very surprising choice, I would say. But also people are just like, meh. It's not like people are like, this is so bad. It's just like, this is nothing. Like, why are we?
I was telling Carolyn like this is the nail in the coffin. This is the death of Louis Vuitton, and she was kind of like, Louis kind of been dead for years.
No, it's first of all, Louis Vuitton's like, no, it's not. It's the biggest. It's making more money than any.
I'm not talking. I mean, but in terms of like it's like Walmart of high fashion now. Like they make so much money.
The reality is that
dumb people,
No, but any
children,
any place.
Dum-dums.
Any place of that level makes money on handbags and shoes.
Don't give me the small leather goods argument.
It's true. That's all that matters. Like all this stuff doesn't matter. But Virgil made it matter. And the reality is they need to either... I saw this take from Skepta, speaking of, where he's like, no shots at Kid Super, but Louis Vuitton needs to just like... It doesn't need to be... Like Virgil did the streetwear thing for Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like do something else. Like it needs to be totally different, which I think I understand. But I'm sure for a corporation of that size, it's probably pretty tough to be like, but that worked so well. What do we do? Like this is so it's insane to start from scratch.
It takes a long time to turn a big boat around.
But that's not the issue here. The issue is Kid Super's comedy show is the issue. I'll let him slide on that because like whatever you got to check, I totally understand doing that. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You're good now.
The clothes were the only comedy happening at that show, though.
I mean, I just don't. Like Susan's show. I discovered Robbie Hoffman. I discovered a handful of comedians where I was like, wow, this is actually funny as a known comedy disliker. The real problem with Kid Super is like Andrew Schultz is good looking. I can't take that away from him. You know who isn't good looking? Jeff Ross. I don't want to look at Jeff Ross in a model capacity.
Fuck no.
Theo Vaughn, I get it. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. I understand. You know, Andrew and Theo, good looking guys. The redheaded guy that had the special, Santino, pretty good looking guy. I get it.
Cleans up.
The problem was you can get some good looking guys, but when the clothes look like that, you know, this shit is going to be a meme. And people are so stupid because I tweeted that picture of Schultz and like it has nothing to do with him. It's not his fault. Like these, and people don't understand like this is a fashion show and he didn't choose his outfit. I'm like, you guys are so dumb. Like this is
he didn't do the stitching himself.
Yeah, he didn't choose these clothes. They flew him first class to Paris. They probably paid him. He put on an outfit. He walked in a show. He told 5 minutes of jokes and he went home. There's no reason these guys would say no to this. This is one of the cooler things that they could do.
If they asked me, I would do it.
Yeah, of course.
Anyone would do it in that situation.
These are also guys you got to understand. They're doing Tacoma for a Friday through Sunday at Zanies. Like that's literally their life. Like, and it's you make money. It's cool. You're on TV.
A great life.
But this is much cooler. A much cooler way to get paid for a weekend when it's not your job, when it's just something fun to do.
And you're an American comedian from like Baltimore, who normally does jokes about that kind of stuff. I mean, Theo Vaughn, now you're in Paris for an audience of people who speak French.
Theo Vaughn is literally from Road Rules. Like it's an amazing amazing trajectory. It's very cool. But
these are all people who normally make their bones shilling liquid death on YouTube.
Yeah.
And now they're meant to perform on stage in Paris, France for a bunch of people
who speak
French.
They're getting makeup put on them by someone
of mimery
who knows what they're doing. You know, it's a different it's not for their Netflix special. But yeah, I mean, I will say,
but it is a shame that a big giant billion-dollar conglomerate corporation will just easily pick and steal things from the little
this isn't
little
Louis Vuitton.
person.
This is just Kid Super.
How do you know?
What do you mean? Because it's not. This wasn't Louis Vuitton show. This was the Kid Super show. There's two different things.
Oh,
this was Kid Super's like his line, like his collection.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, regardless, this is definitely the biggest thing he's ever done, the most money he's ever spent. But it's not connected to LV.
Fuck Kid Super.
I mean, I don't understand it. I've never understood it, but I also this does seem interesting.
Bro, Kid Super, Kith, all that shit.
Don't say Kith Super. I see it coming.
It's all the same.
It's not the same.
They're all in this category of just like,
Kith,
nah, bro.
No, Kith is unfortunately a genius business because they've realized that being the only shoe store in Manhattan is really powerful and allowed them to collaborate with General Mills cereals, etc. And I have to respect it, even though I don't like it.
Sure.
Kid Super, I don't know anything about except the clothes are ugly. I'm going to try to keep it that way. I don't want to know anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't know anymore.
But Susan did it better.
Anymore.
Let's just say that Susan did it better.
It's just a shame. And I'm sure that hundreds of people will come across Susan's show and be like, "Damn, this fucking bitch stole Kid Super's idea." You know.
That's just the way it goes. Luckily for Susan, I think the crossover is probably none. If any, there might be some girlfriend, you know what I mean, crossover. But let's hope for her sake there's not.
A damn shame. Fashion is awful. That's why I only choose to wear legacy brands.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
We have so much. There's so many clothes here in this hotel room. I'm touching it all right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothes here. We have to do.
I'm wearing some Brunello cashmere gloves, and I sent them to my girlfriend, and she said, "What wouldn't go with that choice, but yeah. Okay.
I don't know why you got gloves, but
because they match my Tom Ford sweater, dumbass.
Gloves and sweat match, like because they're a similar
it's 20
color.
degrees outside.
We're not going to be outside.
The color is cream and creme. They match.
Oh, you mean they put an accent mark over one and not the other?
No. I did.
Oh,
well, one company is Italian.
It's cute that you think it's cream because it's obviously oatmeal, but that's fine if you want to.
Which brand? Is it Hidden Figures or Oatly?
Oh, I actually don't know the difference between those two.
No. I spent $700 on these gloves. There's no seed oils in it.
You didn't pay $1 for those gloves, and that's why you're going to be returning them.
Wait, I have to return this stuff?
Yeah, don't smoke a cigarette in the gloves.
Oh no. It's too late.
Jason doesn't really know how this works. I also you did something that I always find so
yeah, but also I'm the kind of person where I'm like, I'm gonna keep the clothes and like, no, you gotta give them back, and I'm like, and then it happens.
Don't ruin my relationship.
Our relationship.
I see this. No, I see this a lot from you and other people like you.
Other people like me?
Yeah,
tall.
No,
still has their hair. What are some other signifiers?
People who like have strong stomachs.
Uh-oh.
You guys are able to combine like beer and coffee. Like you're just drinking. Like I just don't get it really. I don't know how. I don't know.
Yeah, I have two beverages in front of me: a cortado, Gibraltar.
But a cortado has
and
milk.
A beer.
I guess because there's milk in it. Like if it was a black coffee, I guess I would be like that.
I mean, milk destroys the stomach much worse.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the combination of these two things.
Oh, it's fucked up.
But it doesn't make you feel fine?
I feel fine. I mean, I got a couple burps coming up. But yeah, I mean, I feel fine. I mean, this is also after me coming off of a flight where I ate 2 meals on an airplane.
You ate that shit?
The food was good.
Bro, no, it's not.
Bro, Centurion Lounge, Nancy Silverton smashed it on the Caesar. I had 3 glasses of Pinot Grigio and a Caesar salad for like...
Actually, that's like a hot girl Beverly Hills lunch.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes. I did not have a dinner roll.
Nice.
Okay, and I could have.
I brought my own sushi to the Virgin.
This was my lunch. Caesar salad, 3 glasses of Pinot. Get on the plane.
Okay.
What did we have? Wait, did I fall asleep? Oh,
I have a little bone to pick.
There was a full English breakfast for breakfast though.
You had it?
It was pretty good.
Okay, so first of all, I had to go because of the location of the Virgin Atlantic terminal at JFK. It's like in a weird zone where there's not a Delta lounge. There's only the
Centurion Lounge.
No. There's only the Virgin Lounge.
Oh, mate.
And I've been in one before, and of course, like everything else Virgin, it's like 2006 vibes, like purple lights.
It's all groovy. It's all psychedelic.
There's no like snacks. You like sit down at a table. And you have to use a QR code menu and order like a piece of fish or something. I'm like, I'm not eating any of this. This is
Why didn't
insane.
you go to the Amex Lounge?
There's not one.
You weren't into. Oh, sorry.
I was at JFK.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was just like, I luckily I had brought my own sushi because I prepared because I would never eat this filth. But I see people, they're getting this bitch sat down next to me and ordered potato skins,
tater skins.
Burger and fries.
Skins and fries.
People eating a burger and fries before getting on a plane is twisted.
Even
shit.
For me, I wouldn't.
Bro, that's too far. Like, I don't understand how you can.
That being said, one time I did eat Bojangles before a flight. Not good.
That seems almost lighter to me.
I guess, yeah.
So
just like belly full of catfish poppers.
People were just eating full. Like multiple people had like 3 to 4 dishes because people, if they see, because on the when you scan the menu, it's like some app that like regular restaurants use, but all the prices are zeroed out, and I think people just black out.
Yeah.
Wait, I can get potato skins for free at the airport.
Bro, that's me. That's most people.
That's
because there's only a few moments in your life. a year where you get to be the person who takes advantage of that. And I always am just like, oh, let's just order it all and have one bite because fuck the man.
The man is not the fucking low rent food at an airport. That is not the man.
No, the
man.
Who
are you getting over on?
Richard Branson.
No, Branson's divested.
I'm cutting into his bottom line because I'm getting the 3 cheese tortellini.
No, they had but people are just eating it in the smell. The whole place smells, and then I get on the plane and it smells, and I can't sleep when I smell food. I cannot sleep when I smell food. It's worse than loud music.
You're just like my donkeys.
I have the wafting of like lamb.
There was not lamb on the flight.
Whatever. There was some other nasty shit.
There was some Yorkshire chops of some sort.
It's too much. Like
there was some chicken cacciatore.
I really do think, and I don't mean to bring
the guy sitting next to me on the plane, he was eating butter chicken. I'm like, mate, we can't have curry on the plane.
No, that's crazy.
Too risky.
That's like when I saw the kid with the bag full of bacon. That's just too far, dude. I really do believe for everyone's digestion, for the health and wellness of all travelers, ban food from planes.
Yeah.
Ban hot food. Bring your cashews. Bring your
bring your avocado rolls.
But just anything hot, it should be banned. It's bad for everybody, and people eat it knowing it's disgusting just because it's offered to them. They don't even want it.
Well, I was talking to Carolyn about this on the flight over, and she was saying, like, I'm not going to eat any food on the plane. It makes me so bloated. You're going to negate all of your lymphatic drainage that you've spent so much money on. It's just, salt bomb, the temperature, the pressure, all these myriad things going on, just fuck up your body. And I'm like, yeah, but when you're on like hour 6 or 8 of your transatlantic flight, your ass is going to be bored. You're fragile. You're weak. And when they're going to drop a waffle in front of you and your ass is going to eat it.
Here's what you do.
Sure enough, she ate it.
When they ask you, I say no. Don't wake me up. Don't offer me food.
Don't wake me up.
Don't
unless it's yogurt.
Don't offer me any food. I had one bottle of water. I haven't eaten since 7 p.m. New York time yesterday. No, there's nothing for me.
Mate, you joking?
Mate, you joking?
Oh my god!
No, I haven't eaten. There was nothing for me. I drank my bottle of Evian.
Not even a soft pretzel.
No pretzels, not a bite. I was saving it because we have a fun British meal.
We're off to St. John, bread and wine after this. Haggis on the menu. Oh, hopefully the spring onions are still in
They always have such great. It's really a surprising twist how great the vegetarian options are. At St. John,
because you can just get a proper boiled potato.
I'm just gonna let me just get the Madeleines to start. These guys are gonna have some other stuff.
Also David Coggins, he's in town. Maybe grab a drink with him afterwards.
Are they still here? I thought they had left.
He said that he leaves tomorrow morning.
Oh, he's drinking.
He said, I will probably be pretty bombed by 9 p.m. I haven't started sober February yet. Sorry for saying that private message publicly.
No, we
David.
should hit Cogs after dinner. See if he wants to go to Claridge's with us.
Ooh, yes.
Martini's on him.
Should I get a bag? I gotta go pee really quick.
Nothing worse than cashmere gloves, leather only.
Don't come from my man BC like that. Once you feel Brunello, your life is never the same afterwards.
Yeah, I remember the first time I felt Brunello. You were still wearing American Apparel tank tops.
I've never worn an American Apparel tank top because I don't have the body for it. All right,
I've actually never done that.
A couple more things as we close out British podcast number 1. Keith McNally. Do you see him talking about Beyonce in Dubai?
God bless, man.
Yeah, he said that he's going to make Beyonce sit in the kitchen the next time she comes around for supper, but then he amended it and said, I'm just going to make her sit next to James Corden the next time she comes in.
I mean, Beyonce played in Dubai.
Yeah, so what are our thoughts on this?
For what, 26 million, they say?
Around 25 million.
I mean, look, I think that...
She needs the money, right?
I mean, I just think that people don't.
A bunch of people who human traffic need to see Halo happen.
I just don't think people care about anything, and this goes back to us expecting so much from celebrities and corporations. Like Beyonce doesn't care that all her fans are gay and that they kill people. Like she doesn't care. She's so detached from reality. It's like I'm sure somebody set her down and told her this. Like she would probably be bummed. Like I'm sure she's not happy about this. Like, and I'm sure she disagrees with their practices. But $29 million, she's not killing anybody.
Yeah, but she's
not
$1 billion.
She's not an influencer.
She has $1 billion. She will never be able to. She could spend.
It doesn't matter, dude.
So much money every day for the rest of her life, and she'll never run out of money.
Yeah, but to make $1 billion, you have to be a fucking crusher who like. You don't stop because you have $1 billion. That's not how you think to get to $1 billion. Think about it.
Damn, hustlenomics over here.
I don't mean to go Huberman mode, but
you know the best way to make a small fortune? Start with a big one.
No, but I just don't think she's going to be like, oh, I don't need the money. That's not how people like that think.
Well,
bro, $29 million or $26 million, whatever it is, to do an hour.
I know, but what is she going to use that money for? I mean, at this point she has to donate it, right?
A portion,
because she
might not.
I just don't understand the logic. I mean, because like,
I do.
Performing like that type of show, like when you're Beyonce and you're on stage, even if she's doing a Vegas residency, just like Adele or Katy Perry, lazy ass, Gwen, lazy ass. Even then, it's like hard work. Like it's choreographed dancing, it's song, it's warm up. It's like a lot of mental fortitude to perform.
Jason, I think she's being compensated well for that.
Of course, I'm saying it doesn't. The amount of compensation doesn't matter. It does take a toll on you, and she's performed her entire life for decades, thousands of shows. And at this point in her life and her career, she should be focusing on doing what she wants to do. This feels like something that she has to do, like she's being held by.
No, this is where you're wrong. This is where you don't understand, bro. First of all, you would do literally anything for $29 million. Anything.
Yeah, because I don't have $1 million. Beyonce has $1 billion.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If you scale that down to me, it's like, hey, them jeans, would you go perform for 1,500 human traffickers and people who sell the Biden administration weapons of mass destruction, and you're going to get paid $700?
It's not. This is what you're not understanding. First of all,
I'll be like, no, I'm good.
First of all, I think what
I'll make more money at the standard. Yeah,
they're saying that this is like the political leaders of the country. She wasn't. I don't believe they're pinpointing that the people who are paying her the money are the ones that are the issue.
Right. You know what I mean? It was a hotel opening.
Like doing anything in Dubai is considered bad because of the stance
dirty
they
money.
have.
It's dirty. Well, because it's a country that kills people for being gay.
Yes, which is bad. We can all agree with that.
It's the worst.
But I just don't think the fact that people expect celebrities to turn down $29 million to perform for an hour for any reason at all.
Depends on the celebrity, though.
Do you know? No, dude. Do you know what these people do? Like, do you know what Beyonce's probably done in her career? Like the gnarly shit she's done.
Do you think like the Saudi prince has made her like shoot somebody?
No, I don't mean like that. I just mean like
no, do it. It feels good.
It's just like this is what you sign up for. You sell your soul, and then you don't have one anymore.
Right. So she's been doing this for so long that the soul is gone.
Yeah. It's like
the soul is tooketh.
I don't care.
By the United Arab Emirates.
I don't think. I mean, I just don't think that her line of thinking.
Look, the girlies are still upset that Sex and the City went over there 15 years ago.
Let me tell you something right now.
A lot has changed since then.
The other thing Beyonce knows is that there's going to be a lot of people on Instagram talking about this, and then that tour she announces is going to sell out in 30 seconds. It doesn't. Nothing actually matters. Of course it will. But nothing actually matters. That's what people need to understand. But nothing actually matters.
But I'd like to think that she has a heart inside of her body, a thoroughbred heart inside of that thoroughbred body that still feels empathy and pain for her millions of gay fans.
You can justify.
Who are like, oh, you like went to our literal enemy, people that kill us for being ourselves, and shucked and jived and sung and danced for an hour and a half in front of some water fountains for a bunch of people who, if you kissed a woman, no one would hang you. You'd gladly cash this check.
You're really forgetting that she sat in a room and was like, all right, let's weigh the options. I get $29 million. My tour still sells out. for 3 days I get killed by fucking loudmouths on Instagram. What are you gonna do? I'm not saying she did the right thing. She didn't, but I'm saying the reality is
that's true.
There's no actual blowback. Like there's no actual like it's not like something's not going to sell.
Look, we can't let her forget about this. This has to be something. If I ever become a Jimmy Fallon on a talk show host and I interview Beyonce 5 years from now, I'm going to be like, let's talk about Dubai. What'd you spend that money on? Would you spend that? It's beyond blood money. It's like purple money. It's like blood that's black.
It's really not that big of a deal, but
yeah, it is.
It's really not because it's not because everything lasts for 24 hours. That's the problem.
Not in TJ's heart.
I mean, look, Beyonce did wrong.
We don't forgive. We don't forget.
Beyonce did wrong. She's gonna have to live with it.
Well, that's the problem. I would have thought Beyonce was a better person where she wouldn't be able to live with that.
And this is exactly what I'm saying.
She's been beaten down by who?
No,
Epstein, Weinstein. What Steen was it? Not to go Kanye mode.
Every celebrity doesn't care about anything, and we expect them to care when they're not real people. Like they're not real people. Like Beyonce's not a real person. She's so detached. She's been detached from reality for a very long time. I'm sure she's nice and like cool and fine.
Here's what I want to do. I want to poll, we'll poll Maddie Healy, Harry Styles, Kendrick Lamar, all these people that headline festivals and be like, would you do this show?
No, because they're all going to say no now. I would say most of those people would probably do the same thing or have done something similar that we just haven't heard about.
Well, I guess actually Maddie has kissed a guy on stage before, so he's not allowed to go to Dubai or else he'll be beheaded at the airport.
But that's the thing though. These people do this, but it's just not, it's for a little bit less money and it's not public. Like, yeah. You don't think these people,
they all do it.
Everybody's doing somebody's birthday for 15 million and not telling anybody and not checking where the wire is coming from. It doesn't matter.
It's true. It
doesn't matter. We have to stop thinking that celebrities and corporations care about doing the right thing.
Only take that blood money if you need it. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
I think that's fair.
Beyonce don't need it.
We don't know. She could be in debt. She's a kid to put it through college.
Jay-Z's spending a lot of money on sports gambling and prostitutes, probably.
Jay-Z could definitely have a sports gambling problem.
Can you imagine the level of sex workers that Jay-Z has access to?
Can you imagine being at the poker table with Jay-Z and almost winning title off him?
He puts the keys to title on there?
He's like, all right, fuck it, title.
They're like, title, all right, yeah, you do an all-in call on $12,000 with ownership of title.
All right, I'll put in this Honda.
Here's the title for my title.
I'm going to put in this Honda Prelude with rims and a system in it. Jay-Z put in title. Like, my man did.
Jay-Z, well, throw in the shoes and we're even.
Take off. Yo, take off. Put them in because those are the S Carter. Those are the original ones. Those are boxed fresh.
Heads ain't got these.
People ain't got that. They haven't got the S Carters on StockX.
Jay-Z's grinning the whole time because you're about to absorb all of his debt.
He wants to lose. He's in the card room in Bensonhurst, ready to lose.
All right. Lastly, Entourage is for the girlies.
Yeah.
There was an article about how Entourage is for the girlies because a girl likes to watch TV that was made when you could make a show be whatever you want it to be. So therefore, it's for the girlies. How do you feel about this? I feel like you compare Entourage to they're saying Entourage is a toxic show. It's terrible towards women, but women love watching it, and they're trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's more of just like, here's how people were before.
Yeah.
There were so many rules and regulations on media.
I think
any show from that era was just like, if you watch a network television show like Modern Family or Seinfeld,
we were watching Ally McBeal, and it's like
Ally McBeal, any of these shows.
I think that that's the thing. I think that there's the people that weren't alive or not alive, but weren't like cognizant for that era. It's like, it's just like anything else. It's like, damn, it was either cooler then or it was like shocking then, but it's more just like, They didn't have social media. That's the only real difference.
Yeah.
It's that social media doesn't exist. So everything is different because that changed like the landscape of society.
What I don't like about it is they're like, wow, this is so, you're sort of looking at it as a museum piece. Like this is a time of yore in 2008 when the only thing you had to worry about was like being cool and having sex and partying and life is awesome, private jets, whatever. Hanging out with an NFL player.
There was no Greta Thunberg shaming me for flying to Sundance on my private plane.
Celebrating these toxic males doing whatever they want in the world. But if you were to when people are like that now, today.
Look, wait, Vinny has a heart of gold. Don't do that.
Of course.
Okay.
He does have a heart of gold, but not some of his cronies.
That's true.
But
that's why it's a great ensemble.
The people who are Vinny chasing or like males who are entouraging today, that current lifestyle, you're basic, Andrew Tates of the world. Like you're an awful person. So it's like, I don't want to see it happen in real life, but I love watching a dramatized version of it from 15 years ago.
Sure. Because it's not real. It's not real.
It feels so contradictive, though.
Yeah, but
it's not real, but it's based off of all real human beings, and obviously it's glorified because it's a Hollywood script.
Yeah, but it's still on TV, and it feels
as somebody who's old enough to know, like that's how life was.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is just anything old for young people. It's like this is crazy. It's like I kind of feel should I watch it?
Yeah, I guess it goes back to like. Your uncle was hot back in the 70s, and like I still can't wrap my head around the fact that like people are at their most attractive when they're 19 to 27. Like I hope you're sitting down, but when Al Pacino, who like can't even walk now, when he was 22, he was actually a nice looking guy.
Yeah,
he could walk and had
he was bad as hell. No, I mean I think that this is it's funny to me because Sex and the City was basically the same show in a lot of ways, like as far as like kind of pushing the envelope. Yeah. But because it was from
way more sex.
Because it was from a female perspective, obviously it's quite different, and I think it feels relatable. Whereas
I wouldn't go with quite.
Entourage is more like voyeuristic, I think, and that's part of the appeal.
Yeah,
for a woman,
so.
You know what I mean?
For a
like
woman.
this is like how the male psyche works.
It reminds me, there's a good Kroll show sketch called Sex and the City for Dudes, where like back in the day when Sex and the City and Entourage was on all the time, they'd be like, this is like Sex and the City, but like for dudes.
All the time.
Yeah, you should watch that. It was funny. But yeah, I don't like the hype and the glorification of Entourage. If you weren't there, you weren't there, bro.
I mean, if you didn't have the DVD box set, I can't really break bread with you.
If you didn't have to fuck Turtle to get into Lay Do, I don't really want to hear about it. All the girlies.
If you ain't been to Fat Sal's hoping to catch Turtle on the line.
By the way, Fat Sal's coming to Glendale soon. The How Long Gone Effect continues.
We'll have to go check it out.
Hopefully they'll have some vegan options. Hopefully they'll have some shawarma options.
I think they do have a vegan option, but I think it's like even more insane than like the regular options. Like I think it's like the worst sandwich on the menu, like calorically speaking, is the vegan sandwich. They definitely have one. It's an LA based.
Oh, the
business.
vegan. We do have one of the vegetarian options. We just use cheese instead of bread.
Exactly. So it's 2 waffles with halloumi. It's sick, and then of course some vegan bacon.
Low key sounds good.
Some other stuff. All right. How long gone?
So yeah, if you are in London Thursday, our show with matches is obviously sold out. You can't get in. Sweeties, the after party here at the Standard Hotel, that should start around 10-ish or so. If you are a loser or not cool, you do have to show up early. There's a slim chance you will get in if you do show up early. I don't have control of any of that stuff. It's just kind of one of those things where we can hope that everyone gets in, and we want to see everyone. We will be performing at the Moth Club on the 29th, and that one is also sold out. Hopefully, we'll be coming back here this summer, and we'll do a bigger show at a bigger venue for you guys. We love all of you. If you want to send me recommendations on restaurants to go to in London, please don't.
All right. How long gone? Thank you, guys. London, we will see you this week, and expect some more dispatches from the Standard Hotel.
All right, I'm going to go finish watching Top Gear.
The waves that most man drown in. Yo, who is he, who is he? I am Trim, who is he? I got a match for Africa at the ting, who is he? He ain't scratch, why is he here, who is he? Who is he, who is he? He ain't found me, ain't that, who is he? Keep on hearing his name, but who is he, who is he, who is he? Wait, yo, who is he, who is he? I am Trim, who is he? I got a match for Africa at the ting, who is he? He ain't scratch, why is he here, who is he? Who is he, who is he? He ain't found me, ain't that, who is he? Keep on hearing his name, but who is he, who is he, who is he? Shank Van Tally, itching from kitchens to biscuits. E14 I does this. It's that one, no Teddy Rockspin, Trimsky. It's the flow they can't fuck with. I'll pick three and switch flows with the same hand I pluck with. Blood's thick, striker, Osama Trim Lardin, bicarb, D5 no type R. Flea guy, I'm a die hard. I hear the tunes and they cry bars. I creep up like gender. 28 shots, side of the car. I said 28 shots, side of the car.